Good afternoon. What a wonderful, wonderful afternoon on such a special day. Thank you for your kind introduction, Felicia. And thank you all for that warm welcome. Thank you also for allowing me to share my thoughts with you on this special occasion. Today we honor Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. and the day before the inauguration of Barack Obama. This is a special time. What I'd like to do is talk for a short while about the future and about hope. In the work that I do as a judge, I see a lot of people who engage in criminal and other antisocial behavior. Now, some of these people have no moral conscience. Far too many of them, however, have simply given up hope. As Dr. King said, there is nothing more dangerous than to build a society with a large segment of people in that society who feel they have no stake in it, who feel they have nothing to lose. People who have a stake in their society protect that society. But when they don't have it, they unconsciously want to destroy it. If we want to create hope and save our society in the process, we must educate our children. Over the years, I've spent a lot of time in schools and classrooms across the country, and I've come to the conclusion that the single most important thing that we can do as a society is to begin solving some of the problems that we have, is to ensure that every child has the opportunity to learn, especially children from our communities of color. For years we've talked about the importance of education, but that talk has been largely inconsistent with our actions. When all is said and done, more has been said than done. And as a nation, we cannot long survive if we don't educate our children. I believe that children are the future, and the future is mostly about hope. And if we are to make the future better and brighter, we must prepare them, those children, for they will be tomorrow's leaders. Whether we're talking about leaders in this community, this university, in this state, in this nation, indeed, on the world stage. If we don't prepare our children for that, then we will all suffer. And to the extent that I've had any success, whether it's been on the athletic field or in the law, it has been due to some major degree to being prepared. That is, being educated. It has also been due to those people who helped mold and shape me to be the person that I am today. And by now you're probably asking yourselves, how is it on this special day we have this former football player standing up in front of us talking about education? After all, we know that football players are really nothing more than dumb jocks. And that defensive linemen have all been hit in the head at least one too many times. But in reality, I became interested in this topic a long, long time ago. As a child, I had parents who understood the importance and the value of education. And they made sure that I understood and knew the importance and the value of education also. Now, I was lucky. They, along with other families and family members, were my role models. They were also my heroes. As such, they made it clear to me by both word and by deed that if I was going to have a better life than they had, I had to be prepared. I had to be educated. And that I would also have to be a good citizen. It is said that in America, this is without preparation, opportunity becomes an empty promise. We must make sure that our children's education does not become one of those empty promises. Yes, there are plenty of opportunities for those who are prepared. But our challenge is to help young people see opportunities for themselves and then keep them engaged in the educational process and the learning process long enough to be prepared for when those opportunities arise for them. We cannot afford another generation of children, especially African American children, disconnected from the education process. For far too long in our communities of color, we have overemphasized athletic achievement while underemphasizing academic accomplishment. As I said before, we must ensure that every child has the opportunity to learn. And I believe the best way to do that is really kind of simple. One school at a time, one classroom at a time, one child at a time. And if we do that, we can change the future. And that is precisely what my wife Diane and I set out to do some 21 years ago when we started the Page Education Foundation. The foundation's goal is to encourage, motivate, and assist students of color in the pursuit of post-secondary education. We do that in two ways. First, by providing financial assistance in amounts ranging from $1,000 to $2,000 annually. And second, and I believe most important, we require our grant recipients, we call them Page Scholars, to work with young children in kindergarten through 8th grade, specifically in the area of education, as tutors, mentors, and role models. Page Scholars send a strong, clear message to those children by both word and by deed that education is important. Our first year, we had 10 Page Scholars. This year, we had 650. Those Page Scholars are changing the future by creating hope. For those of you who will be at the education fair this afternoon, the foundation will have a booth and you can get to know more about it there. And especially for you high school students, stop by and take a look and find out about who we are and what we do. Now you say, as you sit there, yes, but what can I do? Well, each one of us here this afternoon can make a commitment to work with children, not just to develop their hook shots and their throwing arms, but to develop their critical thinking abilities. Insist that children take school seriously, encourage them, reward them, and praise their academic achievements.